Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is December 20th, 2024, and this is a quick review of Tesla, my position that I'm holding on Tesla. Yes, I am holding Tesla. There's been a lot of noise out there, what's going to happen with Tesla with Elon Musk being more involved in politics and all, and I'm also beginning to think, what should I do with the Tesla that I own? This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's bring up this chart on Tesla. Tesla. Is that the chart? No, that's not the chart. Where's the chart? It's that chart right there. And I'm going to show you just how I go about doing my analysis with these charts that I show all the time. I do a little bit more than this. This is the basics, though, for me. This is where this is my first go-to. I need to look at it here to verify that everything is okay and I'm going to show you explain to you how I'm using these charts. I'm going to be looking at. I'll maximize this right quick, and then I'm going to bring it back down. I am looking at my quarterly chart, my monthly chart, my weekly chart, and my daily chart. But I'm going to go ahead and go through each one of these charts and show you exactly what I'm looking at. I'm going to go through it kind of quick and all, but I'm going to show you and all. Going here to this quarterly chart. The quarterly chart gives me the overall major trend that's actually happening and the major things that are happening on my yearly pivots. I can see back here in April-May time frame and all that this thing was bouncing off of a support 1 level. So that gave me the okay to get long Tesla. Also, I was probably already long because I got in Tesla back here at this last split. I did take some pain and all, and I was kind of expecting that. I did put out a video before. I think I did put it out. I don't know if I put it out or not. I put out a bit because, again, usually after the split you get a pretty good drop and all, and I was wanting to buy some on that drop. I did in a couple of other accounts. I did buy some on that drop and all, and then I want to see, is that going to be okay and all. But this is the big picture that I'm looking at and then trying to decide, buying. How low do I expect it to go? I remember thinking about this thing was going to go below 100 back here and all, and I think I know I was trying to buy some below 100, but I don't think it never went below 100. Let me see if we can see the low here. The low here, I don't think it went below 100. It is showing that it didn't go below 100 because I don't think I got any below 100 and all. But I got some as it was dropping here and all, and then more in one of the accounts as it was going up. And I was also trading it a little bit. Tesla's a very difficult one for me to trade when it comes to the options and other than selling cover calls on my positions and stuff that I do. But that's it on the quarterly chart. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, okay, what the big picture look like. Is it trending up? Is it trending down? Is it bouncing off a pivot? I'm getting higher lows, higher highs, and is it okay for me to be long? That's pretty much it. Now down to the monthly chart. On the monthly chart, all I'm looking at is just like what I tell you guys. Is it above the 9 or 10 moving average, or is it below the 9-10 moving average? If it's above the 9-10 moving average, like it got there in July and all, yes, of this year, yes, it was good. We can't see it. Let me see if I can go back to the split. Let's go back to the split. This is the split here. We can see that the 9-10 moving average was actually trending down. And this is the split. And that's why I say we kind of, some of me and one guy that we look at this, we was kind of expecting it to drop. I know he probably got something. He got some way down here too. I got something. We was both talking about buying Tesla at the time, and based on his indicators and stuff, what he sees, and me seeing it go here on this monthly chart. Let me zoom in just a little bit here, where you can see this. It came down to a support 3 level. You very seldom see major stocks like this come down here to a support 3 level unless there was some major event or something that happened and had a split. And we was kind of expecting this thing to drop. We didn't know how far it would drop. When it gets down here to this level, it is time to buy. And take your chance here. Your stop is just below these areas. Once you get a low like this and you're in. And that's why the market kind of does what it did here. Because, again, a lot of us going to be putting, if you're not in this thing for the long run, you're going to have your stop usually just below that monthly low and all. But like a lot of us do and all that do this type of stuff, we want to close below that. We don't want you just spiking down there and coming back up, because we've seen that happen a lot. And it used to happen a lot back in the day. And I'll see like they would spike down, stop you out, and then the market takes off. So we got into, some of us, we've gotten to where we need to close below that level before we're going to actually stop out our position. We'll wait until the next day or the next month, because again, it's a long-term position to see, okay, is it still okay? And like you can see here on this chart, it was okay once you had got into Tesla at that point. And I'm just moving forward fast. And that's how we're actually using the monthly chart to help us look at our entries, also a monthly chart to see if you're bearish or bullish, should you have a full position on or not a full position. You don't really get that full position on until it gets back, bullish position, until it gets back, if you're a bullish trader like I am, until it gets back above that 9-10 moving average. And it wasn't until this point that it did that, and that was actually pretty safe at all. But now let's go down to the weekly chart. The weekly chart is another chart. All I'm really looking for at it for is trying to time that entry. And as we can see back here again, I'm gonna back up a little bit again and all. Back here, drop, 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 candle pattern, candle pattern, candle pattern, and all. It gave you is that a morning star and all? And it never looked back. This was that low and all. So if you didn't get in it right away, you waited for your confirmation on your weekly, you were golden and all. And I think my friend, that's what he did, and we was looking at this and we were golden. The thing is, then you ended up with your higher lows and all. That's what we're looking at. Again, your stop was way back down here. You never got to close below that, and everything was good based on that weekly chart you were in. You got another chance here, when it came and made this dip and all, and it didn't go any lower, and you got another candle pattern, to show you that this thing was ready to go again. Then it started doing the dance to the downside. It started making it. You didn't see this. You just saw it had made a peak, a bearish pattern at a top and all. So again, you can tighten up your stop, get rid of some, or you can start selling covered calls on your position if you had 100 shares or more, or you start selling call spreads above the market at that time and all, and then you see it come back down. These 9-10. This is the 50 and the 200. The 50 and the 200. I'm looking at it on a big on the picture to see if this is crossing or not crossing type things and all. But it got kind of crazy here on Tesla. On a stock that moves like Tesla does, the 50 and the 200 really don't make that much sense to me and all. But here, as you can see, once you got a lower high. And also, you had made a low, and then in a few more weeks, in another month or two, you realize you got a lower low. So now you can start playing the ups and downs, knowing that you may get a lower low, and trading this in a different way. But that was pretty much it there. How you using this weekly chart, and then you get a pretty good bottom again. You got some bearish-looking patterns back here, didn't play out, and then you finally got that push down and push back up, and a pro gap. This is what this is called. Got the market was heading down, then it gaps back in the opposite direction on a weekly picture, and then it has a very hard time getting back down into this area. That was not your last chance, but there was another opportunity, again, still being below the 50 and the 200 to get into this stock back here around this price range below 200 and all. And then after that, you started getting higher lows, and all, and that kind of like gave you the confirmation of what's actually. It's a different way of looking at confirmation that it was okay again for long-term traders. Traders are looking to hold things for quarters, years, and all. To be okay with their positions, and that's what I'm looking at here on this weekly chart. And it also helps you get that entry, Then down on the daily noise, it's just that you can use it to do some intraday type trading, help you nail that entry on where you actually really want to get in at, based on what you're seeing happening, and all. But that's pretty much it. And like now, what's happening here, we can see. It made a top near one of my lines also. I'm looking for it to go a little bit higher, but this could have been one of my exit points. Well, it is one of my exit points, but I am getting a little greedy, so that's why I'm also making this video, kind of decide, okay, what do you want to do? How much profit do you want to get back and all? And how should you go up? I'm thinking, how should I go about managing this trade and all? What's going to happen now and all? But as we can see, Earlier this week we did hit a top. We are kind of rolling over. We can see on the small picture. So it's time to tighten up any stops at this time, or decide if you want to just go ahead and let Tesla go. That's the key here for me. And that's pretty much all I really want to try to talk to myself about. What should I let Tesla go? I've made money on Tesla. I've made good money on Tesla. Is it time to be done with it? Or am I going to get greedy and say this thing is going to 1,000? That's it. That's how you are. That's how this trader is. Again, I have to just kind of decide what I'm gonna do. Because this is one that the options trade pretty good and all, but they are kind of expensive for what I'm used to doing. So I'm kind of looking and trying to make a decision on what to do here. And that's all I really want to share at this time. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope this is being helpful. Thank you, new subscribers. I know I lost a couple of guys, but again, help me get to that 500 also. I'm gonna have to share. I'm gonna share something out there, and I'll have to try to get more subscribers, and all. That's what I want to do. If I get over 500, I would cover more stocks. And if you want me to cover, I used to get guys who would send me stuff and I would cover their stocks. But a lot of times I was just doing my analysis based on what you just saw there, and I would tell them it's in a downtrend, and they wouldn't like that. Or yes, it's in a good uptrend, but I'd only expect it to go here. They wouldn't like that. So again, I think that kind of stopped, and maybe they caught on to the way I'm actually looking at the charts. It's very simple the way I analyze the market. I'm just looking at the candle patterns. I'm looking at the supply and the level supply and demand levels, and that's pretty much it. Again, I'm looking at the traders and how the traders trade. And again, it's just that simple for me when it comes to trading, because there's only two ways to make money out here: buy low, sell high, or sell high and buy low. That's it. So if you understand that basic thing, trading can be simple. It's just now you getting that into your head and finding a strategy that works for you to be able to do that. And that's it. Again, this is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.